Woo! I know everybody's going to say it in the comments. Your beard is so epic it's not even funny. Or they're going to tell me to shave it off. I don't give a what people say, right? That's the way it is. The way it is. But again, we're sitting here talking about the new sleep token, right? I just did a reaction, and I'll show you some of that clip right now. And I could definitely tell right when that, like, it's like a almost like poppy kind of vibe. Like when the guitars just kicked in, it has a like chilling vibe to it. And the reason I mean that, like, the beginning was kind of like, so far the beginning is kind of almost, he was kind of rapping it a little bit. And my question is, I see now why people are so enthusiastic with this band, the mysteriousness, the uniqueness, but it's heavy, it's unique, it's different, and I'll say it again, and I mean it when I say it again. Who remembers the fire, the flame when the Hybrid Theory album came out? It was something that was different, something that was fresh. People were going bananas. Either you liked it or you didn't like it. You were like, wow, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Or you look back at it and go, I didn't even care for Linkin Park. That's whack. Because there was a lot of people that were saying, it's not metal. It's not real metal. There's no solos. There's hip-hop. There's other things to it. And what Sleep Token is doing is something different and unique in their own right. It has like a pop element. The song they released before Caramel was a song called Emergence, right? And it was very different. And it has like a sexy saxophone section at the end of the song. And as the reaction channel Lost in Las Vegas wrote, Lost in Vegas is their channel name, they said that they're not trying to be metal, they're not trying to be rock, they're not trying to be R&B, they're just being themselves.
I'm fascinated by this band because I believe there's a bit of controversy, I think, in the purist metal community about where they fit, or if they even are a metal band, right? They do metal, they do, from what I remember, R&B, they do sort of like, I guess they're considered maybe alternative metal. You know, they do, so they're merging a few different sounds, right?
So clean vocals and jammed riffs. I pretty like that, you know? I very like vocals. Sounds beautiful. And gay. But it's okay. It's not just, it's just not my cup of tea, you know? I don't like clean vocals in heavy music, but it's not heavy at the same time, you know? I very like Tool, and I like this type of vocals in this type of the music, you know? So I like these vocals.
And as you see from the clip, they're being original, and that's what they're doing. They're doing something fresh, something exciting. They're not playing the same old that other artists are doing.
Like, I first heard Sleep Token, I was like, what the hell is this, man?
Yeah.
They, to me, are one of the few new, I'll call them metal, but there's so many different levels and layers to their music.
Yes.
There's pop elements, there's jazz elements, there's moments that I love the fact that nobody really knows who they are. I love the fact that they don't want to be known, you know?
Like when Marilyn Manson came out, that was fresh. It was original. Now you hear Marilyn Manson, you go, oh, that's Marilyn Manson. When Disturbed came out, it was different. It's exciting. When they play today, people go, that's Disturbed, because they understand the sound. And I believe this band is just taking their music to a whole nother level by playing the stuff that they're playing. Very different, very diverse. Same thing when Korn came out with Blind. Are you ready? And people are like, what is this? It was different. People either love differences or they don't. And I believe Sleep Token is a band that is just doing things outside of the box. And as I'm reading right here, my friend sent me some of the lyrics. He goes, so I'll dance along to the rhythms. The stage is a person, a beautiful nightmare, a war of attraction. I'll take what I'm given, the deepest. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. And the new song is about a parasocial relationship of a person who thinks they're in a relationship, a made-up relationship with a celebrity. The band The Bad Omens has mentioned this multiple times. They had to delete their social media accounts because of weirdos. The weirdos were on their social media, and what they were doing is, let's just say The Bad Omens has like a brother. The singer would post a picture, let's say his brother would post a picture of their niece, their nephew, right? And the singer would like it and thumbs it up and say, cool. And then the fans would find that post and share it. And it's like, where do you get off sharing this kind of stuff? That is what the song is about. Weirdos that think they are so obsessed they have to find out who the character is behind Sleep Token, find out the mindset of them, find out their birth certificate, find out where they live, find out who Vessel is. I gotta know who you are, what you look like. No, you don't. But they're so unique and so original, it's not even funny. We're getting a band that is very similar to, like I said, Linkin Park. Because Linkin Park in the early 2000s, when Chester first came onto the scene with the Hybrid Theory album, and they played One Step Closer, they played In the End, Paper Cut. These songs were unique. That is why it's different. They have masks on, they have good stage presence, and they just do things outside of the box that is very different than just the same old garbage that you're hearing. There's a lot of bands that sound very similar in today's society, but what Sleep Token does, they do it very well, and they're not trying to be something they're not. I could see Sleep Token now being, in the next 3 to 5 years, touring the biggest stadiums in America, playing the biggest festivals, like headlining, like they're already headlining Download. I can see them headlining Welcome to Rockville soon. I can see them headlining a festival like Hellfest and getting shows where they're performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people. They just do stuff. Their production is nasty. They're not, I don't even know if you classify them as metal, but I classify them as like a mixture of music. They have heavy stuff. They have non-heavy stuff. They have R&B type flair, and they have pop elements. But again, do I dig it? I think it's some of the baddest stuff I've ever heard.